just after midnight. How to get it.
So that's the sound of the Infectuals. They're a band from Kamloops in BC, which is in the, inland from the coast. I haven't spent a lot of time in those parts, but I hear from Richard, the drummer from this band, the Infectuals, that there's a really fertile artistic community in the interior BC, and the Infectuals are a hard-working band, and I caught them last night at Mr. Brownstone's pub on Main Street. And so if you didn't hear what I mentioned before this song, this fascinating series of events, I just happened to be down at the station last Saturday afternoon, and no one showed up for a slot here on the radio, so I just jumped in to fill in and got a call from Mr. Brownstone, the publican at Mr. Darcy, the publican at Mr. Brownstone, and he asked me if I wanted to interview Richard from the Infectuals on my show, and I just said, well, let's do it now. I'm sitting in the studio. So within a matter of minutes, we recorded what I'm about to play for you now. So here we go. This is an interview with Richard, drummer from the Infectuals, and I caught them last night, met Richard and his brother, and they're really great guys and incredibly proficient instrumentalists, good musicians. So here we go. Here's the interview. This is Stranded, the Australian Canadian Music Show. Myself talking with Richard from the Infectuals from Kamloops.
Well, for us, I'm actually just sitting in the band van right now. So it's trying to do a bunch of things at once here as usual.
Yeah.
We're actually based out of the interior. We're based out of Kamloops, BC.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've just played a track of yours called Tonight. I wanted to ask you a bit about yourself and the band, and then you did allude to an interesting connection, a family connection you have to UBC. So I guess first up, what is the, who are the Infectuals?
Well, the Infectuals came together, I guess, it's been about 6 or 7 years now, and just musicians that have always been really tight friends, and it's just worked out that the music has become a really easy conversation with all of us, and we've been able to stick together and do some great work. The band is, the bass player doubles on organ, and the guitarist doubles on organ as well, and we're all multi-instrumentalists, so we get along well that way, and our style is really mixed. Like, we've got that song Tonight that you just heard, for instance. That tune is sort of a derivative of some music that we really like, of the early sort of grunge era and stuff like that. And we love that stuff, but we also have reggae tunes, and we're really into soul music and Motown feels and old rock and roll. So we mix it up. It's definitely a mixtape of sorts when you come and hear the Infectuals. There's a little bit for everybody, right? All ages, and yeah.
What can you tell us about this family connection you have to Pitt's Pub?
Well, there's some irony there, just because my father was working on the experimental farms, UBC, early 70s, and my sister was actually kind of born out there, Maxine, and she is an entertainer as well, and so we were talking a little while ago, my family, and my dad was just saying, do you know the old story about how we started the Pitt Pub? Your mom and I and a couple of our friends, and we were the first. He was like, I was the first bartender at the Pitt Pub. It was in 1971 or 72 or something like that. He couldn't really remember exactly what year, but they were hiring really awesome acts like Sonny Terry, Brownie McGee. They had come out there and play, and just different musicians from all over kind of stopping in and playing. And so a pretty unique story there. And we can't wait to get out there and play a couple dates when school fires up here.
Yeah, like actually in the physical pub itself, that might happen. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we will, and it'll be a great. It'll be a really brilliant night.
That's really quite fascinating. And this has been such a quick impromptu interview. I think this probably deserves another chat. I think at some stage I host a regular show on Friday nights, so I think there'll be time for more of a chat. But let's, we've only got 5 minutes to go, so how about we play another track for the listeners? I guess I have two others in front of me. Is there one you wanted to pick, Clarity or In Between?
Oh yeah, well, either or. Clarity's pretty close to my heart. I wrote that with my brother Russell, and he's the lead singer in the Infectuals, and we sort of were house sitting this really beautiful house of my sister's, and just one of those nights where the chords and the lyrics just fell together, and I think we kind of came up with it in about 10 or 15 minutes, and we're really, really inspired by people like by Ziggy Marley and Peter Tosh and stuff like that. So this is definitely an ode to those kinds of people, and Bob Marley. We just actually went to Ziggy Marley as special guests in Kelowna last week, and that was just a brilliant experience. So yeah, this is our reggae take on things, which be with clarity.
Awesome. Well, we're speaking with Richard Graham of the Infectuals, band from Kamloops. Was it? From Kamloops,
BC. Yeah,
Kamloops, BC.
Where it's 38 degrees right now.
Oh, Jesus! You don't have the benefit of the sea breeze here.
Oh, I love it though. We love the heat here, man.
Wow.